hit record on video. Huh, we're so ready. This is dumb how ready we are. Here we go, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. The show, whoops, that didn't work. Let's delete that. Move to trash. Okay. The show begins in 3, 2, 1.
In the truly modern home or the truly modern car, it's functional design that counts. Smart styling is styling with a purpose, as seen in this new 1948 Futuramic Oldsmobile.
Like all demonic entities, the personal pizza must be invited into your home.
The Morning Stream. One way or the other, this war ends tonight.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It's the morning stream for Monday, October 30th, 2023. We got one more day. It's the big Halloween week. We hope you're all spooky and feeling good. It's me and Brian. Hi, Brian. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. You guys got all your full-size candy bars to give out to the kids?
Yeah, we do. And as usual, I'm grumpy about it because they're expensive, and I don't like just, these kids ought to earn it somehow. I don't know how, but they ought to perform or, sing a song.
Exactly. Where's the trick? We never get the tricks anymore. Just give them the treats, and that's it. Yeah,
bugs me a little bit, but it's okay. Kim has always been generous with her candy bars, and this is no different. So the plan is tomorrow we're going to be those people. We're going to have something on TV, the TV closest to where the door is.
The front door, yeah.
Yeah, we got one there in the living room. So we're gonna have something on, and we're going to sit there with the dogs, and then bing bong, and then we're going to go over there and say, oh, you guys look so cute. Here, take one of these. And then we'll sit down, and we'll watch TV, rinse and repeat until about 9 o'clock. That's the plan.
Yep, and many points through the night, you'll be handing out candy, and then you'll look and you'll be like, oh, there's more kids that are just going to the next door neighbor's house. They're going to be here in 5 seconds. Do I even have time to sit down and watch anything? No, might as well just stand here like a fool.
Yep. We even had, for a very brief moment, we had this idea that we might go somewhere, turn off the lights, no candy at Scott's house, and we were going to go somewhere like find a bar that had something on TV or we didn't know what. We were just thinking of we don't even drink. Like, what are we going to do at a bar, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But we get bar food and chill and hang out and whatever. And it'd just be like a different thing. And then we remembered, oh no, Van's coming over at 6 and he's going to want to go around the neighborhood and we're going to be doing all that anyway. So yeah, it's the TV thing. We're doing it.
Yeah, I don't know if there is trivia tomorrow night at our usual Tuesday spot, but for a hot second I was like, Tina, what about, let's just turn off the lights and go do trivia. We'll just go up and play trivia because I'm guessing that, it'll be fewer teams anyway. And but no, she wants to give out candy. She wants to see costumes. She wants to see how many Barbies, how many Oppenheimers, how many Spider-Men.
How many Barbenheimers, how many combos.
Barbenheimers,
yeah.
Exactly.
Bet you get a couple of them. Do you think they dress up if they're doing trivia, people would go dressed up?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
Make a thing out of it.
Because I would, I'd probably be wearing what I'm wearing right now, which is my my Peter Quill sweatshirt.
Oh, I like it.
My gear, whatever the gear, that weird space band T-shirt that he wears, and the jacket that goes with it.
It's my favorite kind of shirt you're wearing right now. I wear a lot of those. Lots of those. That's my main clothing choice for the whole winter are shirts like that. Long sleeve, usually gray,
gotcha.
Bunch of shit written on them. That's what I do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. This is one of my rare non-Henleys. My non-Henleys.
Oh yeah, no button down front.
Which is my Eagles cover band, the non-Henleys.
Well, he left for a while, right? And they kept going, so that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're non-Henleys.
He's back with them, but yeah, the non-Henleys.
I thought he died, or the other one died.
The other one died. Glenn Fry.
Oh.
Yeah, but his son is now playing with the band, or was on this final tour.
That's kind of like
he's a small fry.
Wolfgang Van Halen or whatever plays.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are they even? I don't even know if Van Halen tours now because with Eddie gone, what do you do? How do you do that?
Yeah.
Do you even have a band without Eddie Van Halen in it? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I understand swapping around your bass. Your singer comes and goes. I get it. But Eddie? No. Can't be doing that.
I know. I mean, can they tour? Do they even tour?
I
I mean,
don't
I guess
know.
it was 2020, right? So they've have to have toured since then.
Oh, he
I guess
missed.
they just tour with Wolfgang doing the Eddie parts.
Oh, that's right. Well, I thought he was doing bass, but maybe
Is
he
he
can do
doing bass?
maybe he
Maybe.
can do both. I thought he took over for Michael Anthony, and then Michael Anthony went to go live in a boat full of beer or whatever he does. I don't know what he does. I just remember hearing he was kind of trouble for the band because he was always really, really drunk constantly. Like worse than the brothers, worse than any of them, and that was the big falling out. I don't know if that's true.
Really? Okay.
I don't know if that's true. All I know he was the funnest part of their 5150 tour that I saw in high school when they were up on stage. Easily the most fun dude to watch was Michael Anthony. For whatever
Really?
reason. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
That dude was into it. He had that Jack Daniels guitar that looked like a bottle. And he's up there going, he would get up on speakers and jump off real big and all this. Everyone else seemed kind of subdued, but no, that dude, he was into it. Anyway, we've gone places with this little discussion. We're now going to turn a corner, and I'm going to tell you a weird thing for me. So usually, if I read books, and I do, when I read them, I usually read maybe 2 or 3 a year. Nothing crazy. Kind of take my time, plop down on the couch a little bit here and there and read a book. I found, for whatever reason, that this Halloween season drove me to read like a maniac. And I read like crazy. I have now read 3 books over the weekend, Brian.
Wow. Okay.
I had a bunch of downtime, and I thought, I'm going to read for all this downtime. Now, admittedly, these were relatively smaller books. They're not huge. These aren't Stephen King.
Like golden books, right?
Yeah, with pictures and everything. I had to make sure
Dr.
that
Seuss
pictures.
or something. Yeah.
So these were all horror novels, and one of them in particular, or a couple of them in particular, written by a guy named David. Shit, he's a Scottish author, and I already forgot it. Dang it, I was going to give everyone this recommendation. Hold on, David. Oh, okay. Well, I know the book. Maggie's Grave is one of the books I read.
Ooh, okay. Sounds cool.
And,
sounds sinister.
It is very sinister. Let's see if I can find. There it is. David Sodergren is his name. He's a Scottish author. And I loved this book, and I just freaking devoured it.
That's cool.
Read it so fast. So for those who are like, well, what is it, Scott? It's actually kind of the opposite of what I would think I would normally like. Like movies about a curse or something. They don't really do it for me. Like curse movies are just kind of whatever. I'm just not into it. But this thing is, the whole book is basically about a curse, and it's actually based on a real thing, or a real what's the word? Legend. Yeah, there you go. Like 300 years ago, this lady named Maggie Wall was killed for being a witch. They all thought she was a witch. Turns out she was not a witch. But they wanted to kill her and then take her baby, which she was pregnant with at the time. And they figured this would save the baby and destroy the witch. And in the in the prologue, it's all that story, just a short version of what happened to her. And in that thing, and this isn't a spoiler or anything, but in that thing, she basically, at the end of it all, she's like, well, fine, I'm going to curse you. I'm not a witch, but I'll curse you anyway. Well, it turns out that that's enough to make an actual curse. And
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Just not being a witch, but saying you're going to curse somebody.
Saying you're going to curse somebody.
Them.
Exactly.
Okay.
So she curses this town, and then it becomes, cursed. And there's all these reasons it's cursed. Then you jump to 2019. So this is 300 years ago, and then they jump to 2019, and then they tell our story. And that's all I'll say about it. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so it's free if you have their little cheap. It's like $5 a month, whatever it is. It's really a good deal, actually. So I've been getting a lot of these books from that. I would highly recommend it if you're a horror novel fan. Look for Maggie's Grave, David Sodergren. I'm reading his other book right now too, called Tar. Not done with it yet, or not Tar.
But that's not. I was gonna say, but it's not based on the Cate Blanchett movie.
No, is it Tar? Hold on, I'm doing it wrong. He's got the Harr. Sorry, H-A-A-R.
Okay.
That's his latest book. Anyway, I was just really impressed. And this guy's, just started writing in 2018, but so far his stuff is rad, and I would recommend it. Especially, I like that it was set in Scotland. It just had a different vibe to it than.
I like that too. Yeah. European horror, for whatever reason, whether it's Gothic horror or Scandinavian horror, whatever. Like European, there's something a little extra about European locales.
Yeah.
For your horror novels.
And now it's
Your
got me
movies.
wanting to binge all his stuff. And when I'm done with that, I'm in the middle of reading one about, I'm not even sure what it's about yet. It's really intriguing though. There's something going on in this horror book I'm reading, but the story is not clear yet. But
clearly we had the wrong homework with Wendy. You should have gotten the books and I should have gotten the cooking, because I made this awesome chorizo and squash baked thing, tomatoes and onions, and
that sounds good.
Yeah.
I want some of that.
Clearly we had the wrong homework.
Yeah.
Get Wendy on the phone. Let her know we're swapping.
Yeah, we're wife swapping this week. That's what we're doing.
Well,
maybe not that. Maybe not that so much.
Maybe not that so much.
That's great though. Congratulations. I assume the results were
It was
fantastic.
fantastic. Yes, we devoured the whole thing.
Very nice. I still have leftovers of my weird thing. I had some more yesterday. It's good.
Oh, the thing you made for the soup, right?
I made so much of it. It'll last me I probably got another week and a half of that stuff if I want. I have a ton of it.
Okay.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, it may go bad before then, but yeah.
Did you eat some fish that was sitting in the fridge for a week and a half or something and got sick the next day? Maybe I don't know. Cap it off at 4 days. Like.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I do have this thing where, Kim will throw something out and I'll go, "What? That was still good. What are you doing?" Yeah. And she'll say, "Honey, it was like 12 days old."
Ziploc it, give it to the kids tomorrow.
I'm like, "Did you smell it?"
Here's a Snickers bar and a Ziploc bag full of week-old jambalaya. Enjoy, kids.
Can you imagine being known for the house with a little baggie of soup that you got, a cold soup? Oh, you're kind of tempting me. I can't do that to those kids, but you're tempting me. Anyway, books are great, and I can't stop reading right now. I don't know what my deal is. In fact, last night I was like, I really should play a video game. I says to myself, and then I went, nah, maybe you just want to sit here and read. So I read.
Well, I didn't play any video games or any I didn't play Spider-Man or Mario this weekend. I was out lifting and
you got the car. You get the car back. Is that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tina and I have our 2 cars, and so we've just been alternating, letting Tristan borrow one of our cars while he's looking around for a new car. But I think they did mention this. It was deemed totaled.
Yep.
So he's currently shopping for something new. He's got his feelers out. He's been test driving stuff, and hoping that the next couple days he's gonna pick something.
Is he going for something new, something used, something
used with low miles and his, like his dad, lack of CarPlay is a deal breaker.
Oh,
I would say the same damn thing. What? It doesn't connect to CarPlay? Sorry, not interested.
CarPlay's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's
the ones that are homegrown, they're the worst. When you get like, hey, here's Chevy's version. Oh, they're so bad, dude. So bad.
Yeah, no, listen, if I'm going to forgo listening to terrestrial radio, which I'm happy to forgo listening to terrestrial radio.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spring the money for Sirius or anything like that. I want music on my phone, and I want a really easy and pleasant way to control that music, and it needs to be CarPlay.
Yeah, so I agree. It's good stuff. Sorry, Android people. You have a good thing too. Your version of that's fine.
Sure, it's fine.
What we don't like though is Honda's version, Volkswagen's version, all the little not aftermarket, but like their built-in bullshit. It's like smart TVs are the worst things ever because
they really are.
They all have their disparate OSs, horrible interfaces.
Yes.
They're made by, I hate them so much. By the way, smart TVs, knock it off. Just be a TV. That's all I want out of you.
Exactly. I want a dumb TV. I want a dumb 4K TV.
Yeah.
At a price that's cheaper than a smart 4K TV.
Yeah. And if I need to pay as much to get rid of all the smart features, I'll do it because I hate it. That I have more weird issues with the television because it's a quote unquote smart TV than I have any other TV. I'm like, dude, just go to my Xbox. Just go to my PlayStation. Just knock it off trying to make me use your weird freaking built-in Netflix bullshit. I've got it over here. I'm good.
Right. Claire. All right. I'm not sure about Claire here. If your phone has an OS, you need to think about your life. Don't all smartphones have an OS? Like whether it's Android or Pixel or or iOS or anything like that. Isn't that
Yeah,
it's an
and
operating system?
they're
Claire.
operating systems. That's what they are.
Yeah.
So that cool phone, Claire, that you have that can never get into the Discord right when we're doing audio, that phone has an OS.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's an operating system. That's how that works.
No, the CarPlay is not like car software. It's your phone it's the OS of your phone connecting to your car and giving you the interface of all of your stuff.
Yeah.
At a very easy to access place on the screen, as opposed to having to mount your phone and all that stuff.
Yeah. Whereas with the Honda one we had, and I loved the Honda. The car's great. No problem. I don't have any complaints about the Honda. But I hated their built-in thing.
Yes.
It was hard to use. It was clunky, kludgy.
The Kia built-in business is shite. It's just so clunky, and things just aren't in the place that you expect them to be. And you're using the GPS, the built-in GPS, and it's like, oh, I accidentally clicked over here to move the map, and now it rerouted me to that location instead of where I was going.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's bad.
horrendous.
Just horrible. So better integration is good. The Android one is good.
Yep.
That's a decent integration.
Yep.
The iPhone one is a decent integration. Those are going to be
Absolutely.
closer to what you would want. So do that. And yes, you heard it here first. Phones have operating systems on them. I know that
I don't know
sounds
what
crazy.
Irish phones have, but at least our phones here have.
Here in the Highlands of Ireland, we don't have OSs on our phone. We just have a piece of bacon and a bit of cheese. I don't know what they do over there. Look at this here. I think we have an answer to the carbonated fruit thing. I honestly think this might be it.
Right.
I could be wrong, but
Except it was carbonated meat. But please continue.
Oh shit! It was meat, wasn't it?
yeah. We have an answer to the question of carbonated fruit that was never asked. But the carbonated meat conundrum is still going
this
on.
is a really good point. Now it makes me wonder if it was ever meat. Because this sounds right to me, but I know. Oh, now I'm even further confused. But anyway, we got a message from Goose. All right, he sent this yesterday. He says, if you and the family ever find your way up to Logan, that's just an hour and a half north of us, you should stop over at Zollinger's farm/orchard and pick yourself up a Zapple. They are carbonated infused apples, and they're incredibly good. I've had these before, and I might have conflated these with the meat thing, although I'm still sure the meat thing happened. I'm still I even want to say the words, oh, it must have been fruit and not meat, but when I say it, my brain says, no, that would be a lie. You've had the meat. I don't know why I'm so sure I've had the meat, but I just feel like I have. But this is the same kind of concept. They infuse apples with carbonation. I don't know how. They plug something into it and squeeze it in, inject it. I don't know how they do it. But I have had one of these before. They are really good. They're very odd though. It's like drinking an apple drink that is carbonated.
Fizzy cider.
Yeah. It's weird.
Interesting, because all right. So I'm looking it up. There's quite a few YouTube videos about doing this.
Making a Zapple.
The genetically modified sparkling apple has juice like a fizzy drink.
Yeah.
And it's crossbreeding two different apple varieties, the Resi and the Pirouette, and took a number of years to perfect. Here we go. An apple is an apple, but not in this case. Our new breeding Paradise Sparkling is different. So different, just as the name describes, sparkling explodes in your mouth. When the large cells release their juice, it feels as if CO2 is brought into play. To stay with the analogy, Parkless Sparkling is the first apple that is not still but sparkling. But apparently if you get the juice from one of these, it's not fizzy. It's still.
It's just apple juice.
Yeah.
Probably really sweet though, if I had to guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I'd be curious. Yeah, you'll have to go up and get one.
I have to get one. It's been a while since I've had this, and I don't remember them being called Zapples, but there was something about this that's familiar. Thank you, Goose. But it's also worse now because I still think the meat thing is a thing. I don't know. I don't know how to get my head around it. It's so weird to me. Somebody out there, come on now. We have enough reach where somebody knows definitively if I'm up in the night with the meat or if there is a possibility of carbonated meat somewhere.
I don't know how you would do. I mean, yeah, I don't know how you would do carbonated meat because technically the apples aren't even really carbonated. They just have the cells give you the feeling of carbonation in your mouth.
That's right. So the only way to do it with the meat is either another genetic thing, but with meat, that's like crossing animals, right?
Yeah. Yes, you're mating an elk with a 7-Up.
Yeah.
Basically, is what you're doing. Yeah.
Or it'd be something weird like, well, when a parrot and a cow love each other very much, out comes carbonated meat. Like, I don't know how to do it, but somebody out there knows. So pipe in, help me, okay? Help me help you.
Or you could just admit that it was a brain fart.
It could have been a brain fart. I will fully cop to that. But for whatever reason, I have these weird thoughts in my head that I can't be that. And I'm not saying it isn't, because I think you're probably right. Like, the logical part of me says it's a brain fart.
Yeah.
But part of me says, no, Scott, you've had
just
this
the
meat.
fact that meat is fibrous as opposed to something that could hold bubbles. But yeah.
I agree. Like, how? Why do I even have the thought?
Yeah.
Why did that brain fart even happen? What causes a brain fart like that? That's maybe it's so damn specific. That's why I don't know about
it really
the brain
is.
fart.
It's so weird. Yeah.
I hate it. Anyway, here's what I love. Let's go from some carbonated meat to a carbonated man. It's Brian Dunaway, all the way from South Carolina. Hi, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. I am feeling rather bubbly today.
Are you now?
We have a carbonated Brian.
Ooh.
Wow. All right.
Oh, nice. We do, yeah. It's all fizzing to the top.
Nice.
It's probably in anticipation of all the candy I'm going to stick into my face tomorrow.
Oh, really? So 2 for you, 1 for me kind of dole out situation?
No, all for me. You get nothing. Leave me alone.
Lights off, all for me.
Yeah.
That's the
Right.
getaway.
Oh, I
Get
love
your
that.
own
Halloween.
I love that. You just sitting
Go
in the
to your
dark.
own store.
You just in the dark with a bowl in your lap, watching kids
No,
be
I sit on the
disappointed.
porch, sir. I sit on the porch so everybody can see me eat the candy. Yeah, no, that's different. It's different.
Oh, that's great. I want to see this. Excellent. Perfect in the South, too. Anyway, hey, it's good to have you here. We're going to play a game. It's called The Half-Asses, and Brian Ibbett here is going to explain all the stuff about it, Brian.
That's right. Welcome to the Morning Half-Asses, a trivia game where I'm actually going to be giving the two of you the answers. That's how nice I am. I'll give Scott and Brian a category and 6 possible answers. 3 of those answers are correct, and 3 of them are like carbonated meat, completely bogus. Depending on how confident they feel with the category, they can provide 1, 2, or 3 guesses, but if they get any wrong, they get 0 points for that round. Get 1 right gets you a point, 2 right gets you 3 points, and getting all 3 right gets you 5 points. Player with the most points after 3 rounds wins the prize for their contestant. Who are these contestants, you ask? I hear you ask them, who are these contestants? Like, there you were right there. Scott, you're going to be playing for Paul in Clearwater, Florida.
Yeah.
Brian, you're going to be playing for Christopher in Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma.
Oh,
Well,
the Phoenix, Arizona. I lived there once.
Yeah, you
I
lived
did
there for a hot couple of years or
Yeah.
something, didn't you?
Literally a hot
lived in
couple of years.
I lived there in the early 2000s
Yeah.
in Tempe.
That's right.
A lot of fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. All right. Those are your players. Prizes we'll talk about at the end of the game. Let's get to your questions. Scott, you going to join the
Oh, shit.
join the game?
That's important, isn't it, to get in there and be a part of it?
Gives Brian,
game over
gives
here,
Brian
Chuck?
one hell of an advantage if you.
Yeah, if I don't get in, then what are we even doing here? All right, so I'm logging in. It's taking a while. I don't know why. Okay, there it is. Now I'm going to hit play. Oh, no.
Oh,
it's
and
not
That's
waiting.
right.
Domo,
Blame the
I know,
service.
I'm sure Scott's seen it, but the friggin' Fargo trailer for the next season with Keeley is fantastic.
Oh, hell yeah, I
Holy
watched that. I'm so
I haven't seen it
excited.
yet.
I cannot wait, dude. Are you kidding? November 15th, I think, or something? It's
Is it?
soon.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's real soon. Oh, my gosh, waiting too long for that. All right, we're up. We're good now.
All right, let's get to your first question here. It's scary monster version of the half-asses.
Ooh.
Which of these animals have a blue tongue?
Oh, wow.
Blue tongue. Animals with a blue tongue. Your choices are polar bear, chow chow dog, golden snubbed monkey, northern tree swallow, pygmy blue-tongued skink, and a Komodo dragon. Which 3 of these actually have a blue tongue?
All right, so you put in pygmy blue tongue skink.
I know.
I did. Is that
It feels like a direction
Like
somehow. I don't know why.
Like a
I
red
know.
herring?
A couple of these feel like a misdirection.
A blue-tongued herring, is it? Is that what it is?
Something going on there. Oh man, I really don't know.
It feels like a trick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 2. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Brian went with 1. Of course, the Chow Chow dog absolutely has a blue tongue, famous for that.
Didn't know that.
The pygmy blue tongue skink, he actually does have a blue tongue.
Damn
it's in there as a
Nice.
There we go. As a real. Oh, it took 2 dings there.
I almost went with polar bear, but I thought, it's a trick because they're trying to say because it's cold.
Because it's cold,
like,
their tongues are blue. Yeah, no, polar bears also have a blue tongue. I did not know that until this, which I think is hilarious.
And,
I just watched an
they're
entire...
not white. They have transparent hair.
That's true. And it's mostly kind of yellow and gross. It's like pee looking.
It's urine, basically. Yeah, it's urine-infused fur.
I just watched that recommendal I did for the Tom Hardy narrated Predators thing, and there's a whole section on polar bears, and I never noticed one. That's why I didn't choose it here, because I'm like, did I see a blue tongue? I don't think I did. But they never stuck their tongue
only the
out.
ones that are eating those Tootsie Roll Pops, right?
Yeah,
That's the ones.
That's the one. That's how they get blue. All right, you're up
the
by
golden
1.
Snubbed monkey has a golden tongue. No, not really. I don't know what color a golden snubbed monkey's tongue is. It's probably just red. Let's get to question number 2. Ooh, scary movies. Scary movies.
Okay.
Which
I hope they're all Exorcist.
Which of these movies have an exclamation point at the end of the title? Your choices are Oliver, Moulin Rouge. Oh, I should go Oliver, Moulin Rouge, Airplane, Tangled, You Don't Mess with Zohan, and Bye Bye Birdie.
Wow.
Just to make it even.
These all have, 3 of these have exclamation points at the end.
3 of these have exclamation points. 3 of them don't.
Shit.
I should read it in the fake Scott Fletcher voice.
I'm going to choose 2.
You don't mess with the Zohan.
I love that movie. I'm not sure about this one.
Never seen Don't Mess with the Zohan. I don't know if it's good or not.
I love it. It's actually pretty fun. It's actually one of the better Adam Sandler movies. It's silly, but it's got a good heart.
All right.
Like most of his movies.
Yeah, sure. Does it have, what's his name? Making copies. That guy, is he in there?
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
He has to be. It's a legal requirement.
Part of
that's
his
what he's doing. He's making copies right in the movie too.
Well,
right.
Fantastic.
All right. Oliver. Absolutely. I think it's one of the only one-word movie titles with an exclamation point to win an Oscar. Maybe the only one. Also, Airplane. Yeah. However, no, You Don't Mess with the Zohan, and no, Bye Bye Birdie.
Damn it!
So it is Moulin Rouge.
Was the third one. Moulin Rouge.
I love that movie. Gosh dang it, Dunaway. What is the 2 weeks in a row bullshit we're going through here?
I know. So Scott,
I'm having a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a moment.
Hobbs Dog Birdie. Birdie has a exclamation point.
Let's Birdie.
Because
Bye Bye Birdie.
That's another. No, just plain Birdie. Oh, is he saying Bye Bye Birdie? There's a God, is it not a Hitchcock film? That's The Birds. There's another film called Birdie. I'm thinking of Bye
Bye Birdie is a sequel to The Birds.
It's to say a sequel to The Birds. Yes.
According to Bye Bye, IMDb has no exclamation point on Bye Bye Birdie. So Birdie.
No, I know that. I know.
Oh well, if IMDb says.
But I'm thinking of the movie Birdie.
Yeah, if it's Birdie. Is that the one a couple years ago?
2022, yeah, looks like it, but that has no exclamation point.
Well,
Cage
bye.
Thing.
It's like
Birdie.
Yeah.
Birdie. All right.
All right.
Let's get your last question, Scott. You need all 3 of these in order to win the game. Brian, you can hedge, you can do whatever you want, but let's see
it's mine to blow.
Yep.
It's mine to blow.
All right. Question number 3. This one came to us from Tanner. Tanner supplied this one. Original names of fast food restaurants. So which of these are the actual original names of these fast food restaurants? Popeyes, originally called Chicken on the Run. Panda Express, originally called China Red Cafe. McDonald's, originally called Speedy's. Domino's Pizza, originally called Dominick's. Sonic, originally called Top Hat. And Subway, originally called 1 Foot Longer.
1 foot longer.
Please tell me what 1 foot longer is what it was. God, I want that to be true.
I want that to be true too. So
1
much so
foot
that
longer.
I think I'm gonna choose it actually. That looks right to me. That
just
kind of does. Why did that uncheck? Okay, there we go. I'm locking in those 3.
Okay, Scott locked in. Brian locked in. So Tanner sent these to me first without telling me the answers, and I had to give my guess. And
That's hilarious. He sent
Yes.
you the question, but no answer.
That's great.
exactly, because he wanted me to guess. And I also thought, oh, Panda Express, China Red Cafe. Totally makes sense.
Right.
Absolutely.
Gotta be
No,
sense, right?
Tanner just picked a Chinese restaurant that's up the block from where he lives. China Red Cafe
Nice.
is not the original name for Panda Express. Top Hat was the original name for Sonic. Dominic's, with that weird capitalization, which makes me think it was probably named after the two founders or something, Dominic and Nick or something.
Oh,
For
yeah.
Domino's Pizza. And Popeyes was originally called Chicken on the Run.
So I got one. No, I got two. No, I got one.
You got one, but you chose two incorrectly.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
You really, technically, you got zero. So congratulations.
Damn it. Kicked my ass on this thing. I did so
Going
bad.
out to Brian. Congratulations. Because of that, to Christopher in Phoenix, Arizona. Christopher, you are getting a couple Steam games. I'm sorry, a couple Bundle games. You're getting Necro Worm and Orbital Racer. I've heard of the second one.
Oh, I like
I have
Orbital
Orbital
Racer.
Racer.
That's a
Yeah,
good one.
very good game. I don't know
Yeah,
what that
we have
first
that.
one
We've
is.
played that one before.
Yeah, I think we did that on the Boop Show. That first one though, I don't know.
Yep,
I don't
yep,
know.
yep.
I don't know Necro Worm, but yeah, Orbital Racer. And then don't worry, Paul in Clearwater, Florida. You're going to get a copy of Post Void.
Ooh.
Also on Humble
Ooh,
Bundle.
You
also
know,
a
who,
good
you know
game.
who may have won the thing is the loser because Post Void is
Really?
rad. Yeah,
Really? Okay.
yeah, that's a cool game. It's like a cheap game. Like doesn't I don't think like new. It's like $4 or something, but
Oh, wow.
it is such a fun kick in the pants. I can't even. I don't even know how to explain that game. It's awesome. I've discovered it recently, like in the last few weeks. It's really good.
Very cool.
So I'm going to call
Nice.
our loser, our winner junior. There you go. That was super fun. Dunaway, how do you feel now that we've gone through this and done this again today? How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I'm excited about Halloween to being tomorrow, sitting on my front porch eating candy in front of the kids and not giving them any. And I'm also
You really
going to be
are,
dressed
you
up
really
as
are doing it. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
All right.
Loki for president is what I'm going for
Oh,
this year. I
nice.
3D printed a the little tiara
Yes.
face mask thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
all
you
the
put that
costume
in
stuff
our film sack discussion. That thing looks amazing.
Are you going to
Yeah.
shave for this,
It's gonna
or are
be
you
fun.
going to keep the beard?
Oh no, we're going bearded Loki. We're not that dedicated to
The bearded
our costuming.
variant
Heck
of
no.
Loki for
Yeah.
president.
Yeah, and the way
I'm
that
gonna-
show goes,
I'm going
there's-
to tighten it up a little bit. But
Trim
no,
it,
I'm not
trim it.
shaving it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Mhm,
it's a multiverse. So a bearded Loki is
Yeah,
totally
it's
reasonable.
multiverse.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it'd be
It's
fine.
fine.
That's great. I'm dressing up as Jack Shit. That's my favorite character.
Oh, I like
I'm not
Jack
familiar-
shit.
I'm not
he's a-
familiar with that character.
I just don't. I don't have any time to do anything
Is that a-
now.
Is that a Nicolas Cage film?
Jack Shit. It might be. Well, anyway, I hope you have a good time, and we'll talk later this week, Wednesday, in the aftermath of it all. You can tell us how things went, and we'll also look forward to this week's Play Retro. Brian Dunaway, have a great day, and kiss our butts.
Thank you. No, you.
He had a little lag today, so it was fun to tease him with his lag.
A little bit. Yeah, poor guy.
All right, you guys, it is time for the news. Today's news brought to you by
Frog Pants plays tonight at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Time, where Scott's going to be playing Amnesia Bunker for Satan knows why. Don't worry, folks. He won't remember it tomorrow. Catch it live at frogpants.tv.
That's right. Oh, my apologies. I wrote it as Amnesia Bunker, but it's actually Amnesia the Bunker. I don't know why I left
okay.
out of there. But you just chase Carol O'Connor around a room the whole game. That's all you do.
Hey, meatball.
Yelling racist
Meathead,
stuff, chasing
you
me down.
meathead.
That sounds like a fun game.
Yeah.
I guess I guess a thanks goes out to Jim Jensen, who months and months ago gave me a copy of Amnesia the Bunker and said this would be a good Screamathon type thing. And I have this rule: if people buy me a horror game, I'll play it on stream. I was scared because the first Amnesia game, I played maybe 5 minutes of and then had to leave and then had to do other stuff to distract me. It was so scary. I have a feeling this is going to be terrible, but we're doing it tonight. We're doing it tonight to celebrate the holiday. We're going to play a little Amnesia the Bunker, all right?
Fantastic.
Yeah, 3 p.m. Mountain.
It's
Be there.
It's gonna be a blast, I think.
Yeah,
It'll be
Twitch
fun.
or
Fun
Twitch
times.
and YouTube, everybody. Or all the places you can find it at frogpants.tv. All right, here's a story about a restaurant. And boy, are they're feeling saucy. A restaurant added $50 quote unable to parent unquote fee for rowdy kids. It's on the menu in this place.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. A Georgia restaurant is gaining national attention for charging customers a fee for bad parenting. The menu at Toccoa Riverside Restaurant. I think that's Toccoa. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's what I would guess. Toccoa or Toccoa. Yeah, I mean,
Something like
this
that.
would be a good question for Natomatan or Red Fraggle.
Oh yeah, Amy might know. That's true.
Yeah.
It's about 2 hours north of Atlanta. Offers a selection of dishes like steak, trout, and American fare. I don't know what the rest of that would be. What, like fries, potatoes? What do we eat here?
Yeah, like pork chops and
Good old fashioned, comfort
cheese
food.
steak hoagie.
I mean, you're making me hungry is what you're doing. That's what's happening.
Yes, yeah.
But you look a little closer on that menu, you see a little something else at the bottom of the menu is an adult surcharge for customers unable to parent. That's how it's worded. Followed by $3 signs. Adult supercharge for adults unable to parent, $sign, says the menu. According to some guests, the exact amount is apparently at the restaurant's discretion, with some saying they were charged $50. So it could be more depending on how rowdy you're,
Oh, gotcha. So it's at the discretion of the restaurant to determine what those dollar signs translate to.
Yeah. And here's my favorite part. Several Google reviews said they were unhappy with the charge. One of them reads as follows. This is great. If you have children, absolutely avoid this place at all costs. Holy moly, the most disrespectful owner made a huge scene in front of the entire restaurant because our children were, quote, running through the restaurant. They were down by the river. They were down by the river. What?
Down by the river. Yeah, the Riverside Restaurant.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
We were told we need to, quote, go to Burger King and Walmart, unquote, and that we were bad parents. They have a $50 surcharge for bad children. Another reviewer claims he was charged $50, even though his children were well behaved. Quote, the owner came out and told me he was adding $50 to my bill because my children's behavior. My kids watched a tablet until the food arrived, ate their food, and my wife took them outside while I paid the bill. That guy's pissed.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, funny.
I kind of like restaurants that are cranky, but their food is good, but you really have to make sure your food is amazing. Like that hot dog place in Chicago that's famous for berating everyone that comes up there.
Yeah, the Dick's Last Resort.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the reason people go, it's like the soup Nazi. You can be abused if the food is worth it.
You go there because the food's good, but also because you go there because you're getting treated like that. It's like, we'll go there for a birthday party, and they'll totally rip on the birthday boy, whatever. So I should put my glasses back on because it's a very tiny menu. The restaurant, so it's in Blue Ridge, Georgia, and salmon, ocean scallops, barbecue baby back ribs, filet mignon, ribeye steak, blah blah blah. Here's the dumb local news thing. They have they're basically scrolling down the menu, I'm guessing on the website or on a mobile device, so it's a little thin strip, and where the bottom of the menu would say service fee is covered up by their text that says Blue Ridge Restaurant has an unable to parent fee. So they want to show it on screen, and I'm sure it's right below where it says drinks, but because they've got that dumb banner on the bottom of their news thing, and that nobody looked at it and said, I bet that's going to get covered up.
Yeah.
They completely missed it.
Yep, for sure.
Really funny.
That's pretty funny. They got there's a little bit more here. I didn't see this before. Users also criticized the other fees on the menu. There is an 18% gratuity for separate checks.
Sure, that's not uncommon.
It's not unheard of, but it's pretty kind of rare. You don't see that very often.
That's pretty high. I usually see like Snooze has a $2 split plate fee. I want to say that Cheesecake Factory had a similar thing because you go there and the portions are so oversized that it's worth it to go there and get one entree and split it between two people, even if you are paying the $2 split plate.
Yeah, Kim and I did this just the other day, and they were really nice to us at a place we went to, so it wasn't a problem. It was Crack Shack. Yeah. You ever been to Crack Shack?
No, I think that we talked about it, right? That there's not one.
Maybe there's not one there
here.
yet.
Oh wait, Crack Shack Denver. Maybe we have one now.
Oh, they're good.
Let's
You
see
should
here.
try them. You should try these guys.
Oh, it's the chicken place.
Mm-hmm. As if there aren't enough chicken places, but this place is really good, and they were really nice. And we split a big salad because their portions are huge, and they were fine with it. They were like, "Cool, no problem."
Let's see.
Oh, yeah,
Lehigh, Salt Lake City, Murray,
Yep. I think we went to
Riverton, Las Vegas, Encinitas, Costa Mesa. So Southern California, Las Vegas. All the rest are in Utah.
There you go. Maybe they started here. I don't know.
Maybe.
One's right up the road from us, not very far, but this place we're talking about in Georgia also charges a $3 fee for sharing plates. So that's similar to what you were saying.
So split check and a split plate.
Yeah,
fee.
it seems
Wow.
like they might be kind of up their own butts a little bit. You know,
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know. I would like at first I was like, oh well, just make sure you watch your kids, and now I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know. This guy's kind of a dick.
Yeah, see, I mean, it's a. I don't like the. I think I'm with somebody said Merrick in the chat room. The term "unable to parent" is a little insulting. You know, a distraction fee or something like that. But there's a restaurant. There's the Colorado Tap House. One of the places that we like to play trivia. Monday nights. As a matter of fact, tonight is Colorado Tap House trivia night. We're not going, but they have a thing on the menu that just says. We enjoy your children, bringing your children. We enjoy having them here when they're respectful of other diners or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Like
no, that's good. You can
basically-
totally say it in a better way than they did, for sure.
Yes, exactly. But they don't say at the end of it, and we'll charge you $50 if they
Yeah. Yeah, they keep the fee hidden. You don't want to know how
Yeah.
much is it going to cost
Yeah.
you. I don't know. Look, I sympathize with restaurant owners though sometimes because I know people can be such a-holes to them, and he's probably seen some
Totally.
shit in his life. I'm guessing.
And he's
but
probably had customers who said, I really like your food and I like the location and it's right on the river and it's really pretty, but our experience was ruined by the table next to us and their kids running around, running around the restaurant.
yeah, that stuff can be distracting. I guess I feel bad for everybody. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. Oh, Sean Stratton in the chat room says, as a cook, we hate splitting. So splitting plates. I'm sure it's like this is the way the meal is meant to be served, and especially if it's a thing that doesn't normally get split. Like, oh, could you cut our steak in half, and then the baked potato, and then the vegetables, and then
do people ask for that? People do
I'm
that?
sure they do. Yes. Oh, yeah. There are places where they ask the server to split the plate as opposed to doing it themselves.
That's
Like
effed.
normally it's like, yeah, I'll split it. Just give us a plate and we'll split it ourselves.
Yeah, I don't care. In fact, I just usually like order it and just say, "Oh no, I'm just going to have water," and then they bring it out and we just go to town. I don't even.
Oh,
need
really? You
another
don't even
plate.
tell them you're going to be splitting it. Yeah, if Tina and I do that, we usually say, "Can you bring? We're going to just get this, and can you bring us 2 plates?" And we make up for it with tipping or whatever. Like we make sure that the effort of just bringing out an empty plate and the money that they're not making from 2 entrees is up for it. And sometimes the restaurant will say, "Oh, we'll split that for you." Where do we? Oh, there's a place where we get their full-size Italian salad and split it between the 2 of us, and then we'll get individual entrees, of which we'll eat a little bit and then take the rest home. And I can't remember where it is, but they split the salad for us.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think if I've ever done it where I asked anyone to split anything. It's just usually
We've
I'm not
never,
that
and we
hungry.
never ask. It's like we just tell them, "Oh yeah, could you bring an extra bowl? We're going to split it." Oh, the Glen. It's the Glen restaurant in North Glen, and we say, "Yeah, could you bring us an extra bowl? We're just going to split the salad and each have our own entree." And they're like, "Oh, we'll split it for you," and they end up bringing us like 2 full bowls of salad sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I still give you more than you ordered or wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm sure we'll get some emails about this from
Yeah,
people.
I want to get stories from diners who've had bad experiences with children. I just had to cut a loose string off my sweatshirt.
Oh no.
It was driving me crazy, Scott.
Oh,
Driving
no.
me absolutely nuts. But no, I want to hear from people who've had some experiences either with their own kids causing disturbances and getting in trouble, or vice versa.
Yeah, do we have
Diners
any?
who
We got
no
any
problem.
small restaurant owner types that listen? I'd like to hear your stories.
Yeah.
I know you've got stories, so share them.
And what about disrespect, like out of control adults?
Yeah,
Like,
they're worse.
If I take crazy neighbors somewhere at a restaurant, am I going to get a $50 surcharge because I'm unable to manage my neighbors?
That reminds me, you put up some pictures of them in the Discord.
Yes.
And
yeah.
you looked like you're 12 in that shot. How old is that photo?
That was 2007. So that was like what, 15, 16 years ago. That was when I went out and met with Richard Cheese prior to the concert, a year before the concert, just to go over details with them and get some recommendations for where to have the show and all that stuff.
Sure. The time he could have mentioned the camera thing, that would have been good if you'd have brought that up then.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like 2007, like how they certainly weren't as ubiquitous as they are now, but even a year later, they certainly were all over the place. People holding up their early model iPhones and trios to record video.
Trios, and then I guess you had, I don't know, little flip phones still had little tiny cameras in them.
Yeah, and let's see here. So we've got so he and Jonathan Colton at the same concert.
Yeah.
Richard Cheese puts out a new, hey, this could be our last tour ever thing every year.
Yeah.
Jonathan Colton, great gig on NPR.
Yeah.
Still a cruise based on his cruise around his music. Yeah, okay. I can see how that social media thing is so detrimental.
Yeah. It's really been a problem for Colton. It's really been struggled.
Yeah, it really has.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Dick Cheese, where are you now? He's out there. He's doing stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
Final story, and then we'll take a break.
Okay.
Stereo speaker battle Blair. What? Stereo speaker battles Blair, Celine Dion tunes, and torment a New Zealand city. Basically, this is what it comes down to. People are playing Celine Dion at the top of their speaker's capability to piss people off. And it's all happening.
That would do it for me.
Oh, yeah, it would totally do it for me.
Oh, my God, it's all coming back to me now, is what people are saying.
That's what they did down in, was it Waco, or they were blaring, I don't know what they blared in there. It was like heavy metal or something.
Oh, for the compound, for the Koresh deal?
And they did it in the Iraq War. I don't know. It's a technique, right?
I know the Guantanamo Bay, like they used heavy metal or death metal or something, speed metal or something to torture the
that would work on me at 2 a.m. where that's blaring like that. I can't sleep with that.
Believe me. I mean, yeah, Celine Dion, Bless the Fall, basically anything my son listened to in 2009 would be enough to to get me to give up the secrets. Give me, I'll tell you where the secret plans are hidden.
That's right. He was into that Dutch death metal stuff for a while there, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know about Dutch, but Bless the Fall and Mastodon and
there's a lot of
really heavy stuff.
I mean, I can't even do it.
Like Coheed and Cambria was about the only thing that he was listening to back then that I liked, and anything kind of above that. It's anything where the drums and the bass are so synchronized you can't tell which is which. We're just
yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do that music. I tried a couple times. I like heavy metal. I need some melody is what I need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I need some
melody.
Yeah, and some
just
cohesive lyrics and things. I need to hear what people say.
Yeah.
So give me Five Finger Death Punch. Give me Disturbed. Give me that level. I'm good. Anyway, where are we here? Oh,
the music being played, Celine Dion in New Zealand.
Yep. Moving cars and bicycles are what are doing it. For residents of Porirua, New Zealand. Porirua. The scenario is not hypothetical. About a year ago, people began gathering for so-called siren battles, a homegrown subculture in which members of the Pacific Islander or Pacifica communities in New Zealand compete to see who can play the music the loudest. Members of the siren clubs who organize the battles have described them as expressions of identity and community. But some residents say the events, which you can run till early morning hours and feature piercing frequencies, should be scaled back because they are far too loud and disruptive.
Disruptive.
Now, why they've chosen Celine Dion?
Dion?
Yeah, that they don't really get into it. Why? But that would drive me a little crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like you could. I think, you know what? Fair complaint. I understand personal or even group expression is an important thing. Be who you are. Let it fly. Go. Show your stuff. Let's go. But when it's 3 o'clock in the morning and everyone's up because of you, I don't think you should be able to do that.
No.
I think you should have to back that up and not do that anymore. You know?
Exactly. Yep.
I don't think that's unreasonable. We live in a society, people. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by our buddy Bobby for some science talk. I also have a little clip I'm going to play for him for funsies, so that'll be here in a minute. Before we get to that, though, Brian and a song, maybe.
I do have a song, and this kind of reminds me, you can now buy M&M's spaghetti sauce on its own. You don't have to go to his restaurant to get mom's spaghetti. You can make it at home with M&M's brand spaghetti sauce. Hey, we heard from Amy from Pale Moon. We've played them on the show before, and we love their music. And we've got a new track. This is the second track that they've released from their next upcoming album called Cables, Carpets, and Sweaty Hearts. This is sweet. It's a funky, soulful, upbeat indie number with quirky lyrics, and I really dig it. Here is the song Spaghetti by Pale Moon.
There's utility as well as beauty in every smart detail. There's the safety of greater visibility. There's automatic shifting too, and no clutch pushing thanks to GM Hydromatic Drive. The smart way to go is the automatic way in a Futuramic Oldsmobile.
I was addicted to cocaine and strippers.
And we're back. Who was that again for people?
That is Pale Moon and a brand new song called Spaghetti.
Oh, spaghetti.
Spaghetti from their upcoming album Cables, Carpets, and Sweaty Hearts.
Nice. We were supposed to make spaghetti the other night, and we thought we were going to use our own tomatoes, but the cold snap stunted their final ripening.
Oh no.
So now they're still green. So I didn't know this. Kim brings them in the house and says, well, what you're supposed to do is put them in a bowl with apples. And I went, what? And she goes, yeah, they will ripen faster with a bowl of apples than they will if you just put them on the counter. I didn't know that. That was news to me.
I didn't know that either. That's fascinating.
Yeah, whole new enlightenment there. And even I didn't believe her at first. I went and looked it up, and sure enough, it's a technique. It's something people do. And I don't know what it is, just the other fruit, I guess, just hanging out.
It's a peer pressure. Like, hey, we're going to go over here and ripen. You want to come with us? Come on.
Yeah.
Turn red.
Yeah, don't be lame, they say. And so they made him come out and do it. Anyway, that was a weird thing I learned. And also, we might take some of them, cut them up, and do fried green tomatoes, and that'll be nice, too.
Oh, nice. Oh, a little deep fry. Do you coat them in like a batter kind of thing?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Is that the deal?
Yeah,
Nice.
probably. She's got this new panko thing that's you dry. So you get panko, you put it in the air fryer, you dry out the panko, and then you use that panko to like not batter, but use it instead of battering something. So you create the crunchy outside for chicken or whatever with it. And I haven't tried it yet, but apparently it's the bomb. So we're gonna try that out.
Yum.
I'm too busy reading to cook, though. I can't. All right.
Awesome.
Let's see if Bobby's around. I'm sure he is, because he always is. Let's add him to the call. Let's get this going. Let's make some hay out of scientific knowledge.
Science!
Bob is hungry, and the soup looks good.
Oh, look who it is. It's Captain Bobby Frankenberger joining us from South Carolina, because that's all our guests today, all South Carolinians, joining us as he always does, once a month anyway, to talk about science. Not once a month, twice a month, talk about science. I'm so excited about this. Bobby, welcome back to the show.
Thanks. I'm excited too now.
Are you? Good. That was the goal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you pumped up here.
Yeah.
Can I play something
By the way,
for you? Go ahead.
Hold on, before you say anything, because this is apropos to what you were just talking about. It's ethylene. Ripening fruits give off a gaseous hormone. It's a hormone that plants give off, but when they have fruit, it signals ripening, but it takes a gaseous form and it just gives it off. So when you put fruits together, and I think some fruits give it off more than others, but it's ethylene. So apples might be one of the fruits that give off a bunch. So if you put other fruits with them,
Yeah.
it will help them ripen more
Do
quickly.
you think that was a discovery by somebody in the 14th century is just like, oh, I don't know why, but tomatoes grew faster when they sat next to these here. I don't know why he's talking like that, but he's sitting next to...
That's how everybody talked in the 14th century.
Sitting next to a ye old tomato or whatever. I don't know. I
thought you were going to ask if it was somebody named Ethel.
It was an old Stone Temple Pilots song. Ethylene, I think, is the thing. Yeah. But anyway, so if you put it, somebody either had to just figure that out and then it got passed along as sort of a folk thing, or some scientist went, hey, guess what? We figured this out. And then people did it. What do you think it was? Where's the chicken? Where's the egg on this?
For sure, for this kind of thing, for sure, somebody just noticed it and then tried to figure out what was happening.
Those are my favorites. I like those.
It's gotta be that, right? Like, I find it really hard to believe that people didn't store fruits together for hundreds of years and never noticed that some of them.
Sure.
Yeah, because all it would take is one shelf having just apples or just tomatoes and another shelf having apples and tomatoes and then seeing the difference.
If nothing else, shop owners figured it out. People with fruit stands figured it out.
Yeah, but they still blamed it on a witch or something because that's how they were.
All the fruit on the edge of the apples and the bananas were right next to each other, and the ones on the edges ripened faster. Like something like that.
Yeah, I love it. Well, we'll wait for the movie adaptation of that great discovery. But for today, we are going to actually, I'm going to play you a clip first. So
yeah, sure.
I've had a little back and forth with Bobby lately, where I'll find a cool science clip on some social media thing, usually YouTube or something, and I'll send him a clip and just share it because I think it's stuff he likes. And I keep running into these. And I found one in particular that I really liked. I may have even sent it to you, but I wanted to play it for the show because it just made me think. It made my brain expand. Got me, I don't know, just thinking. So apropos of nothing and not really tied to your subject today, here is Brian Cox, not the actor, the astrophysicist, talking about black holes. Check it out.
So the old answer of what happens if you jump into a black hole is you go to the end of time. That's this pure Einstein. You get spaghettified on your way to the end of time, which means you get stretched infinitely actually into a train of atoms, and then everything goes to the end of time. Now we think that if you think of yourself as information, let's say you burn a book and collect everything that comes out of the book, all the ashes and all the gas and everything, then in principle you can reconstruct the book. Information is conserved in all of physics, which means that if you can measure everything perfectly, you can predict what happened in the past and what's going to happen in the future. It's called determinism. That if you jumped into a black hole, then we do think that if a super being in the far future could collect every bit of Hawking radiation for trillions and trillions of years and stick it into a giant quantum computer, then they could reconstruct everything that fell in. So actually, in some sense, you come out.
So this got me to thinking, if I go and, like, say right now, let's see, what could I burn here? Okay, here's the thing. Our pal Bill Duran made this for me years ago. It's like a mask, okay? I might even be the mask. I don't know. Does the mask look like this from The Mask?
No, it's wooden, and the mask is just a wooden mask, I think. Oh, maybe the comic book looks like that, though. I don't know.
Might. I can't remember where this came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, he made this rad thing. Inside, it's very nice. Scott and family, thanks for being rad, Bill. Anyway, this is a long time ago, but because we're not nice now and Bill hates us.
Exactly. You used to be rad, and now, sadly.
Anyway, so this, if I went outside right now and burned this into nothing but just smoke and ash, the idea, the concept that at a molecular quantum level, everything is basically assemblable information, that could all be reassembled. Forget about the black hole for a minute. Like, that's just like a place where he said, well, yeah, we just send everything in there that would go into nothing and into oblivion. But even if you just burn something and you burn this mask, and let's say in 1,000 years, we finally get to a place with quantum computing that they could do this. Somebody could go, Scott held a mask back in the year 2023. How do we know? Well, we have this weird audio record of it. We would like to reconstruct that mask, and it would be exactly what it was, and including the actual molecular data, because none of it's ever truly lost, right? I don't know why this blew my mind, but it did. It just gave me the brain farts.
Because the act of burning something seems to destroy it. So How could that work? Right?
So, I mean, nothing. It's like a fundamental law of nature of physics, right? That energy, which matter is energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. So, like, you won't destroy it all technically if you burn it, because all the energy takes a form, and all that energy is carried by force carrying particles. And so if you could measure the momentum and the velocity and all those things of all of those particles and all of that energy released, you theoretically, I guess, could put it back together. I don't know if that's a deterministic perspective, though.
It is,
There
yeah.
are some physics perspectives that are non-deterministic. I don't know which ones are most viable. I'm not that knowledgeable about it, but there are some that look at quantum stuff and say that, oh, we can't ever know everything because of other quantum effects. But if you take the deterministic perspective, then yes, theoretically there could be a way if you could measure everything. It's just, is the question, the more useful question, I guess, is that ever going to be possible to be measured?
We'll be able. We'll be
at
able.
the time that you burned it,
Right.
Scott, we would have to be measuring everything that happened.
The energy
in that
that
moment.
comes from that burning process.
Right.
Sure.
You'd have to have, exactly. So hence the quantum or the quantification of that matter. And you would have to be able to, you're saying it exactly right. You'd have to measure it exactly. And we're not even sure there are forces and elements in the greater universe that we just haven't experienced, seen, or been able to study yet. So there's like all these questions.
Yeah.
But I love this idea.
Well, it is mind-blowing, and
Yeah.
it is there is a poetry to it, and that's what I like. That's what makes a great science communicator, and that's why Brian Cox is such a great science communicator, because he finds the poetry in all this stuff, right?
Right.
The real poetry to that is that what that means, if that's true, like, forget whether or not we will ever have the technology to make all those measurements.
Right.
But let's say that the principle is true. If that's true, that means all the information of everything that has ever existed in our universe is still out there. And that means, even more personally and poetically, that everything you and I have ever done, maybe also scarily, but everything you and I have ever done and ever seen, and every moment of our lives, is the information of all of that exists in the universe, and it will always exist in the universe.
Right.
So
And
that's
it may-
kind of
and if
for many people who are non-religious like myself, that's a comforting thought in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. To me, it's like it's you can get all caught up in this idea that when your life ends, blackness, and you're out of here, done.
Yeah.
You won't even experience the blackness. You don't know. You're just done. You cease to exist. The concept that, while that may still be true, or some version of it, your data, your information, your physicality, all of that is trackable, traceable, potentially reassemblable, or at the very least observable in some distant place or time, is really weirdly comforting. Like, it's a strange, it's a strange thing. It's like, I don't know. I love this concept of we can, if we're good enough at tracking or at reading and quantifying this information now, then we should get better at quantifying how things are going to go, which I guess is the determinism part, right?
Right.
Like, we can predict with clarity what will happen. And I don't mean like you're going to get married or you're going to have a baby. I don't mean like those sorts of things, but I mean like being able to say, well, what we know about this part of thermal this, or the way an atmosphere works that way, or whatever, that we know at a certain time. This is all, I'm making this up, but Jupiter is going to fall apart exactly this time 200 million years from now, and these are the reasons why, because we are able to assemble all the math right up to that moment. And there may be some things we haven't considered, like, well, we forgot about B4289 coming from the meteor side, and it's going to smack into it, and it's going to change everything. I mean, But in theory, that's also part of the quantification. Like you're looking at that and going, okay, well, we've already added that math in there. Like at the end of the day, it's all math. For whatever reason, it makes my brain just swim. I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it's cool too. Everything it has an effect on everything else in the universe, gravitationally, cosmic waves, all this kind of stuff. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
It's a good
It
time.
is very cool.
Well, you didn't bring that. You brought something else. Tell us what you brought. What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm going to take us from deep, heavy thinking to maybe some annoying thoughts. But let's start with something light first, which is to lighten the mood for a second. Which is that I just read. I don't have a lot of information on this, but I thought it was fun to share with you guys. I just read last week about a beetle that gets eaten by a frog and survives by running out of the frog's anus.
Really? So
wow,
that food just went right through me. Basically, is what we're looking at.
Dang, dude.
Right.
Also, what a gear shift from what we were just talking about. This is fantastic. All right, continue.
Yeah. It'll end up in the frog's pants. If I
How ironic.
Well done. Well played.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really funny. Apparently, the beetle just moves really fast through the digestive tract, right? And what it does is when it gets to the end, because a frog, the frog has to poop, right? You can't just crawl. The sphincter muscles are very strong, and the frog doesn't very often. But what this beetle does is it wiggles its hind legs in the hindgut, stimulating the frog to poop, causing it to go.
Wow.
So it's not just running through the body; he's actually triggering the frog to kind of help him along. Do frogs not have a crazy twisted intestine like we do?
Well, because they're smaller, I'm guessing it's just a little bit more direct.
Sure.
But
that's true.
But I don't know.
Because we're 20, we got 20 feet, 25 feet of intestines. Yeah, and the whole reason for the length is some food gets processed immediately or really quickly.
Yeah.
And then others takes forever to absorb, so you give you more length.
Yeah, it takes a long time to absorb all that stuff, and the longer your intestines are, the more you can absorb and the more you can use. So
right, and that's why people.
The funny thing is,
as Keikatsumi.
Right.
Yeah. So the funny thing is the way they tested how the beetle gets out is they hypothesized that it might be that. So they took some beetles and bound their legs with wax so they couldn't move, and then they never got out.
That's awful. Yeah. I feel bad for the frog. You got a freaking spiky legged little bastard in there trying to get down out of the back end of things. That's awful. Ugh. Gross.
But anyway, that isn't what I came. I actually came with an update. You remember a little while ago we talked about the FDA having an advisory panel that finally said hey, looks like this phenylephrine stuff, this over-the-counter Sudafed phenylephrine doesn't work. You remember us talking about that?
Yeah, we talked about it with you and then Dan later, and it seemed like that thing was doomed.
Yeah, we were wondering what's going to happen. Sure, it's doomed. The FDA can say whatever they're going to do, but what is it going to stay on the shelves? How long will it stay on the shelves and everything? And I cynically said, well, pharmacies and businesses, they're going to sell it and make money off of it for as long as they can. And it'll take a little while, but it turns out, I just read this today, CVS is voluntarily taking phenylephrine products off the shelves.
Really?
In anticipation of this happening, and they're not waiting for it to happen.
Wow.
They're doing it ahead of time. So that's good that they're doing that.
That's the most how do I put this? That's the first time I've heard CVS brought up in the last 6 months where they weren't being dicks.
Was a positive. That's the first positive news from CVS.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. CVS is going through some rough times right now.
Yeah,
they really are.
By the way, the CVS receipt is longer than the large intestine and the small intestine combined.
That's true.
That's because your lower priced items absorb first, and then later on, your foot massager takes a long time, Brian, to metastasize.
To pass through the receipt. Yeah.
But you got to get those extra bucks.
That's right. Well, that's interesting. So when they do that, I mean, obviously there's no mandate to do it, but what is the FDA doing? Are they retest? Are they trying to confirm this? Are they in the position of well, we think it doesn't work, but we've got to make sure? What's the?
It's pretty well thought that the FDA is going to remove phenylephrine from the drug monograph so that it won't be something that they list as something that is effective, right?
Right.
And if that happens, then it's dead in the water. The drug is, and it'll be taken off shelves. But it just takes a while, right? It just takes a while, especially for bureaucracy in the government. It just takes a long time for all that. They have to. I think I talked about last time how they can't just decide that. Even if everybody at the FDA, even if they go around and take a poll, cubicle to cubicle in their offices, and everybody's like, "Yeah, take it off the shelves," they can't just do it.
No.
Because they have to open it up to public comment for the country. The country has to look at it and be able to say, and the idea for this is for experts to be able to do it, but technically you and I could go on there and make public comment as well.
It seems like a mistake that they would let
we
people
carry
do
a lot
that.
less weight though, right? Like we're
I hope so.
basically yeah. We get
I would hope so.
a tenth of a vote compared to
Yeah, I hope that's the
ANA or
case.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that's the case. But they have to go through a process of public comment and then review those comments, and then eventually, it's expected that they'll make that decision. But for anybody, by the way, who's listening now and doesn't know what we're talking about, it's really simple. They reviewed a bunch of evidence for over-the-counter Sudafed, or the drug that's in over-the-counter Sudafed, which is phenylephrine. It's not the Sudafed you have to talk to your pharmacist to get. That's good. That stuff
different.
works really well. That's got pseudoephedrine in it, and that's really good. It works really well.
Yeah.
But you have to talk to the pharmacist. The Sudafed you get out on the shelf that's not behind the counter has phenylephrine in it, and it's been known since at least around 2007 that doesn't work. But it's just taken a long time.
That's a long time.
Finally. Yeah.
That's the year the iPhone came out.
Sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
Weird.
And it's just a pain. And the whole reason is because the drug gets metabolized in the gut before it gets into your small intestines, right? So less than 1% of it even makes it into the small intestines. So it just doesn't do anything.
Okay.
And
they've been given.
problem is,
Here, let me ask you this: why 07? Why not sooner? Because my mom was giving me that stuff when I was 12 and had a cold. So
well, it was originally approved and everything back in the 60s and 70s based on a small number of studies that were done that were flawed, and it's highly suspected and maybe even somehow proved that at least one of those studies had straight up fraudulent data in it.
Whoa.
It's just the studies were bad. And back then the FDA was horribly underfunded it's always been underfunded, but it was underfunded during a time when the FDA had a mandate to review a bunch of old drugs because they had just changed their criteria for things going on the drug monograph and for things being approved. So because they changed a bunch of criteria, they had to go back and re-review a bunch of old drugs. And it's just stuff like this just made it through with poor evidence. And it
wasn't really hurting anybody necessarily, except it just wasn't working.
Because it wasn't doing much.
Right.
But it has the potential to hurt people. And
you know what hurts is what hurts is we're supposed to be relying on the FDA as our chief point of contact when it comes to what's safe and what isn't. And when they are weird about it, this is also true of the opioid stuff. Like there was some weirdness there. You have to be able to trust that damn institution, man. So when you erode that, it's terrible for us. It's actually worse for us doing that than if it was just a mistake. Like, we let the Sudafed in by accident. It was the janitor let him in, or whatever the thing is.
Right.
But we need them to be on as close to perfect as they can be in that way, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so it's good that CVS is taking it off the shelf. Consumers were spending $2 billion a year on it.
Holy shit.
So that's good that it's coming off the shelf. The frustrating thing for people like me, and I read an article on Ars Technica that mentioned this as well, the very frustrating thing about CVS's decision is that they're taking this off the shelf, but they're still doing stuff like selling homeopathy next to other actual effective medications.
They probably use the shelf space to put even more in there, if I had to guess. Like, what else are they going to put in there?
It wouldn't surprise me because that stuff sells just, also, but why? It just frustrates me because why, if the FDA is telling you that this doesn't work, and we also have evidence from the FDA that says that homeopathy doesn't work, then why are you still selling the homeopathy
Well, part of it is the FDA. You know, the law is that they can't put on the label. They have to put on the label that none of these claims have been approved by the FDA. Right? That's on every one of those bottles.
Sort of, yeah.
They should
sort
be.
of.
If they're not, I think they're in violation of the law, right? I think they have to do that.
Not necessarily. It has to do with there's so back in the 90s there was this Dietary Supplement and Health Education Act. It was back in 1994. It's called DSHEA, and it was lobbied for by a bunch of alternative medicine proponents, and also and primarily I think it was proposed and drafted by a homeopath. But in this law, it did a lot of things. But one of the things it did is it added the language into the law that said that if you don't make medical claims on your product, then, and I'm paraphrasing here because I don't have it right in front of me, but the idea is if you don't make any medical claims, then you don't have to, then you're fine.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so they can say things like you can't say this will, cure your cancer.
Right.
You can't say that, right? That's a medical claim. But you can say things like immune boosting.
Yeah.
Because that's like a vague non-medical claim, right?
Or like my favorite is not a cis. What's the word? When something
AIDS and
what'd you say? What was the word?
AIDS.
Yeah, AIDS is good. There's another one though. It's like this product promotes. That's it. I hate that so bad.
Promotes good health. Yeah.
As soon as I see helps promote, it's like saying that I don't know, Captain Crunch is part of a complete breakfast. When you realize that everything on that commercial is eggs, bacon, juice, like 400 other things, and then somehow they're eating a big bowl of, it's all bullshit, and I hate it.
Yeah,
promotes, come on, man, promotes.
Yeah, it's just very frustrating. Homeopathy, for those who don't know, is witchcraft. That's really what it is. It doesn't work. If you see a product on the shelf that says that it's homeopathic, just don't pick it up. It doesn't work. And there aren't a lot of things in the world of science that I feel super comfortable just saying that about. Homeopathy is one of the things I absolutely feel comfortable saying that about. It's based on just crazy ideas. The two ones being the law of similars, or like cures like, the idea that if a substance causes a symptom in a healthy person, then somehow through magic it's capable of treating a disease that has that symptom.
Yeah, that's annoying.
That doesn't make any sense. And also the law of infinitesimals, which is that the more you dilute a substance, the more potent it gets, which again doesn't make any sense.
What do you do about that though? Because some of these people, while I think some people have dark intentions and know what they're saying is bullcrap, there are some people that really, really buy it. It's like I had a friend once who told me he had a conversation under a pecan tree with Jesus. Now, some of you out there may go, oh, well, I've had that. Well, whatever. That's not my point. My point is, I don't think there's any way in hell he had a conversation with anyone under that pecan tree. But he's so sure that he did, it won't ever matter what I say. To me, it's like this. It's like somebody who really buys into, well, this has been promoting my health for years or whatever. How am I supposed to communicate with that person? I can't convince them of anything.
Yeah. Don't try to convince them, because it won't work.
It's folly, isn't it? It's a waste of time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
And so yeah. It's silly the way it works. I just, and again, it frustrates. There's actually a lawsuit right now. The Center for Inquiry is an organization that tries to, it's like consumer protection organization run by scientific skeptics and everything, and they're in the middle of a very long lawsuit with Walmart and CVS to try to get them to take homeopathy off the shelf, or at least stop selling it next to actual effective medications, so that there's not, market confusion and stuff like that.
Sure.
But hopefully, but they confuse people when they sell the stuff. That's how they get away with it, is because they put they have whole marketing teams that make it so that it'll say things like like, treats, whatever. Maybe they don't say treat because I just said how they do it, but they'll say it's for colds or something like that, and then it'll say no, has 0 side effects.
Yeah.
Like, of course it has 0 side effects. It's a sugar pill.
It's a sugar pill.
It doesn't, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, the ones that
it's
say
water. Homeopathy is water, and yes, it's that's what they do is they dilute it with water, and until the substance is no longer in the dilution.
Yeah.
So
it's effective.
I've got a mother-in-law who did this whole silver thing for a while. She doesn't listen to the show. It's fine.
Yeah.
But she was eating or intaking whatever you did with silver nitrate, something concentrate, something.
Yeah.
And she was sure this was the end all be all. And she was telling all of us at every get together, oh, this is going to change your life. This is going to change your life. And we're like, nah, I'm good. I'm not eating that metal. Thank you so much.
Right.
If you want to give me your silver in like ring form, maybe I'll take that.
Yeah, we'll take it that way. But
take it to the pawn shop, see what I can get for it, whatever. But I'm not eating silver. And then famously around the time, there was that dude on some talk show who was full on blue. He looked like Papa Smurf. And
really,
it turns out if you take too much silver in quantities that were more than were being recommended even by quote unquote pseudo science, whatever, your skin would change. You would get this blue hue to yourself.
Wow.
And I showed her this picture.
Heavy metal poisoning is a real
thing. Basically that.
Right.
And I showed it to her and I said, you're heading toward this. She goes, what's this? I go, this guy's been taking silver. Never heard about silver again at any family get-togethers. No more silver. All gone. All because I showed a picture of this Papa Smurf looking guy. So I guess what I'm saying is
you did a good thing.
I did a good thing without, and mainly I was just trying to go around her because I knew that a conversation with her wasn't going to do shit, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But for me to go, well, look at this. How about this guy? And as far as she knew, that what's great about susceptible people is I could have shown her that picture, or I could show that picture to a skeptic, and they would have gone, "Why is he blue? That doesn't sound right." Like they would question the blueness of the man, right?
Right.
But she didn't even do that because she buys stuff whole hog no matter what she hears or when she hears it. So it was perfect. I could have given her a fake blue guy.
Her lack of skepticism actually worked in her favor this time.
Exactly.
Got her off the stuff.
I could have showed her Blue Man Group on stage staring at the camera and said, look at these 3 men, one and four. They've taken so much silver. And she would have believed me and stopped taking silver. So I got her with her own medicine, sort of, in a weird way. Well, there you go. Take that, pseudoscience and BS claims. Take that. Bobby, always fun doing this. What's your what's on tap for All Around Science this week?
Yeah, All Around Science. That's the podcast that we do, me and my co-host Maura. So we do science every week, All Around Science. We just did an episode where I talked about El Nino.
The Nino.
It's an El
How
Nino
many
year.
times has he escaped prison? Oh, wait, that's El Chapo. Never mind.
It's an El Nino year this winter, and it's going to have effects on all of us here in North America. And so I figured, well, people are going to be hearing about that a lot because the El Nino cycle gets worse as climate change impacts things more. So I figured this year people are probably going to hear a lot about that. Let's talk about what it is. In fact, I didn't even know all about it. I've been hearing about it since I was a kid. You remember back in the 90s, there was a joke. It was like the Thanks Obama of the 90s.
Everyone blamed El Nino.
Everybody blamed El Nino for everything.
Right. Yes,
I think
totally remember that.
I think that's what inspired the Chris Farley SNL bit where he played the Nino, that whole thing.
Yeah. El Nino, Spanish for the Nino.
Well, that's interesting. I honestly don't understand that much about it either. I just keep hearing everyone saying this year that, boy, you thought snow last year was a lot. Get ready for this year.
That's what I'm hearing too. Cold, wet, lots of wet, sloppy snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it depends on where in North America you live too, because that's what we down here. But in Canada, up in Canada, they're going to have very dry, warm temperatures.
Canada! Well, that's good to hear for them.
Well, no, it's not.
No, that's bad to hear. It's bad to hear, but it's
Yeah.
nice if you're like oblivious. Let's say you're an idiot and you're just up there. You're just enjoying. You're just enjoying some sweet weather, and you don't know why, right?
I love how you're amending your statement. Like, you're right. It's not good, but it is if you're
good for
dumb.
dumb people.
It's good for dumb people. It's fantastic for idiots, but it's not bad for it's bad for the rest of us. We're like, oh, the climate. But up there, you got Joe Schmo going, hey, how's it going? Eh? It's nice and warm today. Eh? He doesn't care.
Right.
No offense, Canadians.
No offense, but
No offense,
I'm offending you.
Except for you dumb people who like the warm weather. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Do check it out though. That is All Around Science wherever you get your podcasts, and Bobby's all over our community. So join our Discord and hang out and ask Bobby questions. It might inspire a future segment. You never know. Bobby, have a fantastic week, man.
You too.
I'm glad you're feeling better, by the way. I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, I'm all over it. I'm
so
good.
much better.
Thanks.
You must have taken an immune support pill from somewhere.
Yes, I supported my immune system with some sugar pills. Yeah.
I knew it would work. All right, see you later. How do I fix that? Oh, there it is. Brian's still there. Okay, good.
I'm still here, everybody. Stay still here.
Didn't screw that up yet. Okay, what else we got going? Oh, quick note. We got a call. This is about those catalogs that I was talking about. Van got for
like the Amazon toy catalog. That
Yep. Since then we've gotten a Target one, some other one.
Really?
Yeah, and he loves them.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Sits on the couch, and we keep doing this fun thing with him. In fact, do I have video of this? I don't know if I do. This is really funny. Is this it? Hold on. Can you hear that?
No.
Okay, you can't hear that. I don't have the right one anyway. Okay, well, anyway, the deal was he sat down and he would say, and we would go, hey, that's for your sister Phoebe. And he'd go, no, that's for me. And then he'd point to another thing and I go, oh, that's for Phoebe. No, that's for me, Pops. That's for me. Like he's having a moment of like everything should be for me.
Right, right. Oh, my God.
But anyway, we got a call about it from the perspective of our favorite postal worker.
Oh, cool.
On
Mr.
how
Postman.
stuff work, Mr. Postman, and he has this to say.
Oh, stamp and box. It is Mr. Postman. So I was calling in regards to Brian wondering about the Amazon flyer. Now, obviously, you guys figured out that it's a good business idea for them because it captures little kids. But as a postal worker, I wanted to let you guys know why they're actually there. So the Postal Service has an amazing contract with Amazon to give them incredibly low shipping costs. It's why they can still do 2-day shipping at a very low price compared to other places. Part of the bundle deal contract that we have with Amazon is that they have to send out so many flyers throughout the course of the year, giving us even more business. So we give them a deal on shipping, and they ship extra stuff with us that maybe they wouldn't have shipped anyway, but it gives us more money. So that is the real, behind the curtain reason why that happens. And I thought I would call you guys and let you know. Love the show, though. Have a great day. See you later.
The only part that I'm confused about is how does that make more money for them?
For the Postal Service, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because if their contract is they're getting paid, they give them a lower rate. I guess it just means increased volume.
Increased quantity, right, exactly. Lower rate means more packages shipped that way.
That makes sense, which would make it worth it to the Postal Service, I guess. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Postman, ever have to deliver the day the Uline catalogs come out? I made the mistake of buying some boxes from Uline, and now I can't get them to stop sending me this catalog, which is... It's like a small Yellow Pages. Oh, man.
I'm trying to think. What Uline is like...
packaging, shipping stuff like not custom sized boxes, but you can say, all right, well, I've got, like when I was doing the ANTP things, like, okay, I've got this tumbler that's this big. I've got this other thing that's this big and it needs to be this big around. And you just go on their catalog and say, oh, there's the exact right size box. So I can just put padding in there and not have any wasted space. And, ever since I did that, is like, just give me an online catalog. I'm fine. I don't care. I don't want that thing. Yeah. But now I get this big, thick, stupid catalog. Yeah, TV's Travis says you will never stop getting those Uline catalogs. Same with Red Fraggle.
Yeah. You're gonna get them for the rest of your life. It's the new AARP, dude. You're just never gonna not have them.
Oh my God, it's just horrendous.
Are they a store?
Oh my God, everybody! I've just found everybody in the tadpool that gets Uline catalogs.
I'm pretty sure we go on too. I think Kim just throws it away. But is that a place I could go? Do they have stores, or is that
they
just?
Might. I don't know. Okay. I don't know where they're. home office is. Maybe you could go there, but
You have to move, says Graham Ellis.
yeah, it's like just like nuke it from space. It's the only way to be sure.
That's funny. Well, I guess they know their business. I don't know. Those people are crazy. Well, all right. That's great stuff. Thank you, Mr. Postman, for your thoughts. Another note. We had somebody asking in the Discord what happens to the play dates after we're done.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep them. They're up on YouTube. They're not hidden or, tucked away or patron only or anything like that. If you go to youtube.com/Scott Johnson, there's a whole category for TMS and Frog Pants plays. They go in both categories just to make sure people catch them. And we keep all the play dates in there. So this last week when we played the new Jackbox 10, that entire 2-hour and 10-minute stream is all there. So you can get it. We don't hide those. So there was some confusion about it. A few other people said, yeah, I didn't know about those either. So if you've missed them and you want to watch those and you weren't able to be there live, we also do them live, I should say that. Go check it out. Once a month, you'll get a brand new one. YouTube.com/Scott Johnson, or the quick way is frogpants.tv. That'll take you to the sort of streaming page stuff.
Cool.
That is going to do it for today's show. Big thanks to everybody who supports us on Patreon. We're about to roll over into November. When that happens, it's a great time to hop in if you never have before. You can take advantage of all our cool benefits. Go read about them today at patreon.com/TMS and become a part of the larger family. We want to see that grow this year. All right, 2024 is the year of magical growth. We want to support your immune system and get you in. A lot of podcasts do sell a lot of supplements and crap. You notice that?
Yeah, do they? Like, I'm sure
Rogan does.
Rogan's got something, right?
Oh, Rogan's got like 5 things that they're.
I'm sure, yeah.
These are made from my toenails, and it'll help promote blah, whatever. It's all bullshit.
Borderline InfoWars, basically, is Rogan's deal.
So maybe we'll dude. I had an idea.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's make a fake. Let's make a fake supplement. Let's put you and I in the front, all muscled up and going or whatever, and then we'll be all straight about it. Well, it's like, yeah, this is just a sugar pill, but
it's Kool-Aid in a new package.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Yeah, I'll bet we sell a few. It'd be all right.
I think we should. I love the idea.
Anyway, that'll do it for us. We're gonna get out of here with a little music. Brian brought some. What are we playing?
I do. This one's going out to Jack the Knife. So we just getting to the end of the month and got still a few October emails requests to get to. So if you have not heard your October request yet, chances are I'll still get to it because there aren't a lot of November requests yet. So hint, hint, if you've got something you want to hear in November, some anniversary, birthday, something, then go over to frogpants.com/TMS and submit a request. This one's going out to Jack the Knife. Greetings, Scruff and Buff. October 30th is my lovely wife's birthday. We originally dated in high school back in 2003, stayed friends for years, and then eventually got married after a long time with many life experiences. I want to shout her out and surprise her on her spooky birthday, so I'm requesting anything Elton John related since he's one of her favorites, or even anything Halloweeny since she's basically a Halloween baby. Missed it by a couple hours. Signed, Jack the Knife.
Nice. Very nice.
Are you gonna give
her let's give her some birthday. Yeah. Let's do this one.
Happy birthday.
I'll do her when it's a lady.
Let's part.
No, that's a lady too. Whatever. We'll just do what we want to do, and then I'll play this.
Diarrhea.
I hope you don't get diarrhea.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect. This is a cover. This is from the album Something Like Human from the band Fuel. I'm amazed we haven't played this on TMS before, but we're playing it now. Here's their cover of Elton John's Daniel.
See you guys tomorrow.
Get more at frogpants.com.
Always bet on black.
Always bet on black.
Always
bet on